operations is basically taking functions and we're going to add, subtract, multiply, and substitute. Yeah, there is a division, but we're just not going to do that right now. Okay? All right. So the first part of your notes talks about substitution. And actually, before we do that, let's talk about this. Let's talk about these functions. If you look up at the top, yes. Huh? Okay, you didn't get one? Did you? Can you? Yeah. There you go. Okay, so up at the top, there's a table for you. And do you see how all of these have a something x, right? So there is an f of x, that's your f function, okay? G of x, that's your g function. J of x and k of x, those are your j and k functions. Is that clear? They all have different names so that we know which one to use and which one we're talking about. So when we look at substitution, and this is a review from Algebra 1, okay? What does substitution mean? Like when you substitute something. Replace. Yeah. Or what?
I don't know what that is, what I was going to say.
Okay, well, replace is good. It's like when you get a substitute, right? They're coming in for your teacher, right? So your teacher. So you're replacing or you're plugging in, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the first example. It says f of 10, all right? We're not multiplying. We're plugging in, okay? So they're saying go get your f function. Oh, go get your f function, okay? And your f function is f of x equals x squared plus 2. Do you agree?
Oh, so then you take that.
Hold on. Right? Do you agree? Okay. Hold on. I know some of you guys are like, ooh, I remember this. But if you look, guys, instead of this x right here, f of 10, what did they put in instead of the x? They put the what? Yeah, they have a 10 written here, so that means you got to plug it in. Anytime you have an x in your f function, you need to plug in 10. That's what they're saying. And here's the other thing I'm going to throw at you. Please put it in parentheses. Anytime you plug it in, put parentheses around it. So this turns into f of 10 equals parentheses for that x. The x also has a square on it, right? Plus 2. I'm going to put 10, right? And then we can put this whole thing in the calculator. All right. So in your calculators, you want to put this whole thing. Since I wrote parentheses, you guys need to put in parentheses in the calculator, okay? What'd you get? 102? Abner, ask Kevin if he got 102 also. Yeah. Yeah, same. Yes. All right, perfect. So then this is f of 10 equals 102. I mean, if we want to be fancy, if you just put 102, I'm fine. Put a box or circle around it so we know that that's your answer. Okay? Any questions about this? How many of you guys are like, yeah, I remember this from Algebra 1? Yeah? Sort of? I'll take a sort of. Okay? All right, well then let's try the next one. G of negative 4. First off, which function do I have to use?
The G function.
The G function, because it says G. All right, so let's go get the G of x function, which says 2x minus 3. But since they told me G of negative 4, instead of the x, I got to plug in what? Negative 4.
Oops, I wrote F instead of G.
So what that? What is 2 times negative 4 minus 3?
Maybe 11.
Anyone else get negative 11? Yes? Perfect. So G, oh my god. Okay, so G of negative 4 equals negative 11. Alright? Please make sure that you put in the parentheses and everything, okay? Alright, ready for the next one? Okay. Next one is J of negative 2. Alright, so let's go get the J function. And you guys try this, please. When you are done, check with the shoulder partner. Make sure you two have the same answer. Alright, so a lot of you guys saying you're done. J of x, negative 5x plus 4. But if I want to find J of negative 2, that would be negative 5 times negative 2 plus 4. So J of negative 2 gives me 10 plus 14. Did we all get 14? Good. All right, let's go to the next problem then. Okay, so the next section is talking about adding. Okay, adding functions. All right, so this says f of 5 plus k of negative 2. Guys, now we're using two different functions, and then what do you have to do with them? You have to add them. So this is basically what we just did, except we're adding in extra steps here. Find f of 5, whatever it is, get your answer. Then find k of negative 2, whatever it is, and get your answer. What are you doing with the two answers? Add them together, right? Okay. So f of 5. F of x is x squared plus 2. Since you guys seem to be getting it, I'm not going to write out the whole thing. I'm just going to say parentheses squared plus 2. Yes? I know I need to plug it in. Plug in the 5. Are we okay with that if I just write it like this? Okay, and then what do I get here? 5 squared plus 2. Good. And then that was my answer, so I'm going to put a plus. Now I got to go do the k of negative 2. So the k function says 3x, so 3 parentheses. And instead of the x, I got to plug in a negative 2. 3 times negative 2. Thank you. So 27 plus a negative 6 gives me 1. 21 should be your final answer. Yes? All right. You guys are doing a great job. Ready for the next one? Okay. Whoa. This one, I mean, it looks like what we just did, but F plus G, they combined it there, right? Well, you know, whenever that gets combined like that, I like to break it apart. I think it's a lot easier to see. So we can break this one apart by saying f of 3 plus g of 3. It's the same thing, okay?
Like distributed.
Yeah, it's kind of like you distributed that 3 to everyone. Everyone gets a of 3.
Everyone gets 3 cookies.
Okay. So now you know what to do here. Find f of 3. Find g of 3. Add the two answers together. Try that on your own and then compare with a shoulder partner, please. All right, so f of 3. I'm going to go get the f function. And it says it's x squared plus 2. X squared plus 2. I'm going to turn her phone off. I can find it. Oh no. Alright, squared plus 2, yes? Because that was my f function. But instead of the x, I'm going to plug in a 3, yeah? If I put this in the calculator, 3 squared plus 2, what do I get? 11. Good. You should get 11. Yeah? All right. Plus, let's do our g function. So g says 2x minus 3. 2x minus 3. But instead of that x, what am I plugging in? 3. So then now put that in the calculator. 2 times 3 minus 3 is what? 3. All right. So then you add those two answers together, and then 11 plus 3 is, you're right, a lot of you guys said this, 14. Okay? How was that? All right. Let's look at the next one. So guys, so far, we've always plugged in a number, right? When you plug in a number, when there's a number given to you, like this one gave you 3, this one gave you 5 and negative 2, right? Then your answer is going to be a number, okay? They give you numbers to plug in, your answer is going to be a number. On this next problem, did they give you numbers to plug in? No. So your answer should be more than just a number. Your answer should have an x, okay? So let's see what we do when we get something like this. We have g of x plus j of x. That means just go get the function. What is your g function? Okay, g of x is 2x minus 3. And that's the whole entire g function, so I'm going to put parentheses around it. Plus, what's my j function? Thank you. Negative 5x plus 4. That's my j function. So guys, I know that I wrote it in parentheses. Don't let the parentheses confuse you. Look at it. Minus, plus, combine like terms. So over here, I'm going to write combine like terms, just as a note for myself. Okay? So which ones can I add together?
2x and 5x.
Good. 2x and a negative 5x, right? What is 2x minus 5x? Negative 3x. And then look at this negative 3 and a positive 4. I can combine those, right?
Yeah.
What is negative 3 plus 4? 1. Can I combine those two together? No. So perfect. Here's your answer. Okay? And you see how you have an x in your answer, which you should, because your original problem had x's. Okay? Alright. Now let's try subtraction. Any questions so far? Alright. So let's look at subtraction then. We have j of 5 minus k of 2. Hey, we have numbers again. That means let's plug it in, let's get our two answers, and then we're going to subtract. Okay? So j of 5. I'm going to go get my j function, which is negative 5x plus 4. Negative 5x plus 4. But instead of the x, I need to plug in what? 5. Thank you. So what is this guy? Negative 5 times 5 plus 4.
Negative 21.
Negative 21. Good. Minus, and then let's do that k of 2. k function is 3x, so 3x, but I need to plug in 2. What's 3 times 2? 6. So there we go. Negative 21 minus 6 gives me, thank you, negative 27. And there we go, that's it. That's my answer. So good. You guys ready for the next one? All right, so the next one. Oh, no numbers. Back to the x's. We have k of x minus f of x. Okay, let's go get k of x. That's 3x. I'm going to put that in parentheses because, that's the whole entire k of x. Minus, what's f of x?
X squared plus 2.
Thank you. X squared plus 2. All right. After you copy this down, look up. Look up at the smartboard. Because this is so serious. Okay? In Algebra 2, I always see this mistake. And I try to, stress this from the beginning of the year. If you guys have parentheses, okay, with more than one term, even if it's one term, if you have parentheses here and you have a subtraction sign in front of it, you have to remember that's like having a negative 1 in front. What are you going to do with that? You must distribute it, okay? If there's a negative sign or a subtraction sign in front of your parentheses, you need to distribute your negative. Okay? So make a note for yourself. Draw these arrows. Put a, let's write this. Distribute the negative. Okay? So that we don't forget. So you're basically just multiplying those by negative 1. All right. So the first one does not change. First one stays 3x. What's a negative 1 times x squared?
Negative x squared.
Thank you. Negative x squared. What's a negative 1 times a positive 2?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. Good. Now you can combine like terms, but can you combine any of these together?
3x and negative x.
But is it a negative x or is it an x
X
squared? An x squared and an x are not the same thing, and you can't add or subtract them. You can multiply them, but you can't add or subtract them, okay? So, that's it. This is where we're going to stop. Questions about this one? All right. Let's look at the next one. G minus J of X. All right, so this one, they combine the G minus J. Remember, I don't like it when they combine it together. Can we separate it? So I'm going to draw an arrow. It's the same as saying G of X minus J of X. And then let's do the same thing that we just did. G of X is 2x minus 3. Minus, what's my J of X? Negative 5x plus 4. Oh, I see a subtraction sign in front of the parentheses, what do? Distribute. Good. Distribute that negative. You could write a -1, or you could just distribute the negative sign, whichever one you like. So the first one doesn't change, right? The first parentheses. So we have 2x minus 3. What's a -1 times a -5x?
Negative 5x.
Negative times a negative gives you
Oh, 5.
positive. Positive 5x. What's a -1 times a positive 4? Yeah, -4. Now look at this guy. Are we done? Did we? No, right? What else can we do?
Combine two.
Combine like terms. Okay? So I can combine 2x and 5x. What's 2x plus 5x?
7x.
7x, thank you. And then what happens when you combine the numbers? What's -3 minus 4? Huh?
Negative 7.
Yeah. 7x minus 7. Thank you, Kevin. I was looking right at you and I stopped. Okay, 7x minus 7. How are you guys doing with these so far? Feel good? Yeah? Good. All right, so the next part is multiplication. But you know what? I want to make sure that you guys feel confident doing this on your own. So we're going to try something. All right, so I gave you guys your homework sheets, right? I want you guys to try, please. Try number 1. Try number 3. And you know what? Let's just do 5 and 7. 1, 3, 5, and 7. Let's just do all the odds there on the first page. So try that, okay? And then as you finish, compare with somebody around you. Make sure that you guys have the same answer. If you have questions, I'm happy to help, all right? But I want you guys to try using your notes, okay? And each other. Okay, so we did number 1, 3. We just did 5. And number 7. 7, so this one is written together as well, so I want to separate it. I'm going to say j of -3 plus f of -3. How are we with this? You set it up like this? Okay. So now, well, since I have numbers that I actually need to plug in, that means that my answer should be a number, right? All right, so j function has x squared minus 25. Instead of the x, what am I plugging in? -3. And don't forget, you need to put the -3 in parentheses. What do you get? -16. Good. Plus, and then the f function is 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1. But instead of the x, I need to plug in a -3. So 2 times -3 gives me -6 plus 1, which is -5. All right, so then what's -16 plus a -5? -21. Good. All right, so are we okay with this? Guys feel good? Perfect. All right. Tom, perfect timing. We're moving on to the next part in our notes. All right. So put your homework sheets aside for a second, and we're going to go back to the notes, that last section, 3 problems. Now we're going to look at multiplying functions together, okay? So we have f times k of x. All right, this one again is written together. I don't like that. I'm gonna separate it. So this is the same as saying f of x times k of x. Yes? All right. So your answer should not be just a number, right? Because you actually have x's here. So let's go get our f function. My f function says x squared plus 2. What is my k function? 3x. So times 3x. All right, well, you know what? This is nice. It's not 3 plus x, it's just 3x, right? So that means you just take this whole thing and you just multiply it to everyone in the first parentheses. You're distributing, right? All right, so tell me guys, what is 3x times x squared? The only number you have is what? 3. Okay, so that's 3. Okay, you already have an x squared, so you already have 2 x's, and then you're bringing in another x. How many x's do you have?
X
To the third,
squared, yeah.
right? So then that's 3x cubed. Your x exponent goes up when you multiply them, right?
Yeah.
And then look at the next one. 3x times a positive 2 gives me what? 6 what? X. So plus 6x. And there we go. I know I can't combine a 3x to the third, 3x cubed. I can't combine that with a 6x. So we stop here. It's done. All right, questions? Okay, let's go on to the next one. The next one has numbers, right? So your answer should be a number. I'm going to tell you right now, I get so excited when I see the numbers because it makes it so much easier for me. All I have to do is just plug it in and then do whatever operation is telling me, right? So why don't you guys try this? Get a head start. Find J of 5, then find G of 2, and then multiply your two answers together. Okay? Try that, please. Okay, since you guys got a head start on me, let's see. J of 5. That means I have to go get my J function, which is negative 5x plus 4. Instead of x, I'm going to plug in 5. So the negative 5 times 5 plus 4 gives me a negative 21. Yes?
Yeah.
All right. Times, because it's then multiplied. Right? Now I need to go find g of 2. My g function says 2x minus 3. Plug in a 2 for the x. 2 times 2 minus 3 gives me a 1. Negative 21 times 1. Yeah, negative 21. Did we all get this?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, let's look at the next one. So this problem would probably be the most challenging type of problem I would give you for a multiplying functions, okay? Operations problem. All right, this one is together. Let's separate it. So this turns into a g of x times a j of x. Okay? Now, they didn't give us any numbers to plug in, so we just have to use the functions, right? My g function is 2x minus 3. Times my j function, which is negative 5x plus 4. Oh. Now, when you guys are multiplying binomials, right? Two things in the first parentheses, the two terms in the second parentheses. When you do this, normally, I mean, you probably learned it as FOIL. You have to FOIL it. Did anyone do the box? Yeah. Well, you know what? I used to teach it as FOIL and the box and all of that. Now I just do double distribute. Okay, I think that's the easiest way. Let me show you what that is. Basically, you're going to start with one of the terms, like that first one, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to distribute this 2x to everyone in the other parentheses. Okay, just take it one thing at a time. What is 2x times negative 5x? Good. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. X times x gives me x squared. Good. What is 2x times a positive 4?
8x.
8x. A positive 8x, so I'm going to put plus 8x. Okay? Alright, so I distributed the first term. This is a double distribute because, you know what? You got to distribute the other one. Now we're going to go get the negative 3, and we're going to distribute that to the first and the second. Alright? So what is negative 3 times a negative 5x?
18x.
Good. Plus 15x. And then what's a negative 3 times a positive 4? Thank you. Negative 12, so minus 12. How's that? That's pretty good, right? And if you double distribute like that, your like terms usually come out right in the middle. Those are the ones that you can combine together. Okay? So I'm going to bring down negative 10x squared. What's 8x plus 15x?
23.
Perfect. Plus 23x. And then just bring down the minus 12, because you can't combine that with anything else. And then there we go. Nice, pretty trinomial. 3 terms. How's that? Pretty good lesson, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, there's a, oh yeah. No, I don't have the, so here's a couple things you need to remember, okay? Next class. Look on your assignment sheet. What do we have next class?
Mini quiz.
Mini quiz. Mini quiz number 1. What's it about? Huh? So it's on the stuff from last class. Set and builder notation, and set builder and interval notation. So it's from day 1, and it's from today's notes. Okay? Mini quiz 1, it would be on the things before. All right? And you also have homework what due next class? The homework are you getting to, or did you already get today?
1A.
Homework letter B. So homework B is due next class as well. Okay? If you need to, I will have this video up on up on YouTube, so you guys can go and listen to it. Okay?